This is a message to the United States people. Yes, my fellow countrymen and women. Those of you who propagate hate and discrimination. Even though a lot of people are getting, and I know there are people getting tired of hearing about this, but until discrimination is completely wiped off the face of this planet, it's going to be a topic that needs to be continued to be talked about. Because as long as it's around, it's as long as no one does anything to get rid of it, it's always going to be around. And I don't believe in letting people who died trying to fight for a group's rights to have to die in vain. Martin Luther King Jr., yes, he came about it more peaceful way. But he was fighting for the equal rights, for being treated like equals, for you know what, I'm not going to use no. I made a promise on Facebook. I posted it. I'm going to post the same promise here before I continue with what I'm saying. I'm not going to use any unnecessary racial titles. As God as my witness. No, wrong hand. Sorry, hold up a minute. Charging the phone. As God as my witness, I am not going to use any unnecessary racial title. Only racial title I will use from this point on is the human race. And referring to one group of members of the human race, I may use a letter, number, or a letter, actually not a number, but a letter, to describe that section I'm talking about. But I'm no longer going to be using racial titles like white, Caucasian, Black, African American, Hispanic, white, Asian, or any other type of racial title that's out there. Because I don't care about racial titles. I don't care about skin color. Because that's not what matters. We all bleed the same. We all have the same organs. Yes, granted, women don't have prostates, but that doesn't matter. Fuck that shit. Fuck all this fucking discrimination shit. Fuck Trump if he wants to be discriminating. Yes, there may be shit he wants to do that be good for this country, but being discriminating against groups of people who did nothing to you is wrong. No matter what other fucking policies he has that could help out this country, though the racist part of him will make him is always going to be the reason why he's going to be unfit as president. I'm speaking as a true patriot, as a true patriot of this country, because I believe people of this country should be focusing on what this country is built upon. We, the people, by the people, for the people. It didn't say in the Declaration of Independence, it didn't start off, we, the governing body. No, it says, we, the people. And later on, it doesn't say, for the governing body, by the governing body. It says, for the people, by the people. But sad today to find people who can't even get their voice out. Because this government is still, though it claims not to be focused on racism, not to focus on stereotypes, still seems to be stereotyping people. And yes, before anyone says anything, just because I'm considered what the government says, the society says I'm white, and Or on there, you say, "Oh, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about because you're white." Guess what? People with mental disabilities are frowned upon just as much as anyone who doesn't share the same skin color that the government wants to prioritize. I don't prioritize hating anyone. I'm peed off right now because I can't stand it when a group of people want to focus saying that they're the victims. And yet they don't, yet all they could preach is hate. They preach hate, and yet they preach it, but they're preaching against people who they say hate them and use that as a reason to hate that group of people. Guess what? Two evils don't make a right. I will say this: I am not white. I am a member of the human race. And even Tupac knew race didn't fucking matter. Forgot what song it was in, but he had a verse in one of his songs that said, where he mentioned it doesn't matter if you're black or white. So to emphasize that it doesn't matter about your skin color, I'm gonna I'm gonna go ahead and go with just using one racial title, and that's the human race. So this is my vow, not just to God, but to the American people. I will do what I need to do to get rid of discrimination, and before I say anything else, yes, discrimination affects us all, because to hate one group of people is to hate all people. Because if you could harbor hate for one group of people, you're harboring hate for your own people. So I'm going to tell for all people. That's what I mean. You're harboring hate for all people, not just for that one group. You may be directing it towards one group of people, but you hate all people. So here's how I'm going to tell any racist person who will see this. If you hate someone because of their skin color, their religious belief, their sexuality, any type of their country of origin, because they're disabled, whether it's physical or mental, or any other reason that people use for discriminating against others, then you hate how and then you hate everyone around you, because you're hating a fellow member of the human race. We're all the same race. I don't care about no skin color. I don't care about no freaking religious belief. I don't care about nothing, because those are all unnecessary when it comes to focusing on the bigger picture. To truly unite, to truly accept those for who they are, we cannot focus on skin color. We cannot focus on any other thing other than the fact that we're the people of the human race. None of us are the same when it comes to parents. Two people that could be considered part of the same group don't look exactly the same. So, if you're truly for what this country is built upon, maybe then you guys, maybe then will this movement be started. Because I got one thing on my mind to complete in my lifetime for sure, and that's the annihilation of racism, of all forms of discrimination. And anyone who calls me a liar, guess what? I'll be up for an honest fuck you. I'll do what I need to do to make sure that discrimination is taken out of this world. Now, I know it's not going to be easy. I know it's going to be hard. And I know there's going to be people resistant of it because of my skin color. They don't want to, they're not going to want to listen to me because, oh, I didn't go through the struggle. Guess what? We all go through struggles in life. Yes, a lot of us have it more difficult than others. But you see, I don't, I'm, we've all been through struggles in our lives. Yes, some of us have been through more. And I understand. I know I haven't been through everything others have been through, but that does not mean I can't feel their fucking pain. Every day I go around talking to people, hearing stories, then picturing what may not be 100% accurate, but still getting the same feelings they got. I see people hating people. It freaking tears me apart. Pisses me off. Gets to the point where I lose faith in the human race. And I see the reason why people believe in God. Whether it's God that I follow, the God I follow, or it's Allah, or it's some other entity, or some other deity. I could see why. Because who doesn't want to focus on someone who can love you for who you are, no matter what? People get, I know this is a topic that's been talked about over and over, but I truly think that if we make an effort, we put our heart into it and stop fucking just being silent, that we could unite the human race. It is my personal opinion any racist act that causes harm to another person who's a member of another group of people because the government wants to section people up, the government's still segregating. If they weren't segregating, they wouldn't fucking be worrying about your skin color on the freaking applications they put out for jobs, freaking applications they put for freaking Social Security and all that shit. That's still a form of segregation. When I am planning to own a restaurant one day. The only racial title that will be on my application and protest of the government still operating in a form of segregation is the human race. Now, again, I will say if you want to call me a liar, fuck you. Because I will tell you this once and one. No, I shouldn't say tell you this once because I have a tendency to repeat things, but I will tell you this. I don't like hate at all. I love people I barely know. I still love even if I don't fucking say it. I don't give a damn what your skin color is at. If you're a human member of this human race, I fucking love you still. Now I know the tone of voice I'm using and my facial expressions. It's because I just got in a heated argument with people who want to fucking call me racist. And yet, all I was doing was preaching unity, and they want to fucking tell me they don't want a unity. Well, then you can't get mad at someone fucking saying shit to you. But I'm not going to sit here and listen to one person, two people preaching hate while criticizing people they view that they believe hate them. Two evils don't make a right. Get that through your skull for everyone who wants to go, well, I'm going to be hating this group of people because they hate my group of people. Guess what? You're sticking to what the government wants. The government doesn't want us to unite because they know if we unite, if we truly unite, we could stop what they want. We could stop them from doing what they want. No politician wants to see us unite against them. And as long as people keep falling for the hate that the government is propagating, then you are might as well just freaking just shut the fuck up if you're not gonna fucking do something about it. Because doing what they want you to do is just as bad as being the ones orchestrating it. Just like saying and doing nothing is just as bad as the people who are orchestrating it. I will another thing I will do my best at doing is getting into a political office and truly trying to get things to change. If that don't work, I will find some other way. And there's always another way. Where there's a will, there's a way. This is to you, Trump. You're not going to be my president until you start accepting people for who they are. Even one of your companies was hiring freaking illegals, immigrants. So what are you going to do? So what? So you're going to stab them back now? You and not all black people are from Africa. And excuse me, I apologize. I just used an unnecessary racial type. Not all groups of people that, not all groups, not okay. I know I said I wasn't going to use racial titles, and I'm freaking peed off at myself because I just did. But society is so fucking difficult. This is why I don't consider myself part of society. But Trump, this is to you. Not all black people are from Africa. And yes, for any black person who doesn't like that hair black people, guess what? Okay, I know your skin's not black, it's brown. Okay. It's not something that's slipped my mind, slipped my sight. I freaking notice it. Just like I know I'm not completely white. Freaking have a tan hair. I may have parts of me that are almost white, but they're not pure white. They have like a pinkish peach. So, but the thing is, this again, Trump, you are never going. I don't care if you're elected president or not. I mean, I don't care if you have been elected president at all. You're never going to be my president because you're never going to fucking be what this country needs. You promised to bring this country out of debt. Yet, how many times have you went bankrupt? You accuse people of tax evasion. Yet, you accuse some of the your opponents that were against you of some form of tax fraud or some shit. Yet, you don't want to show your tax returns. Why? Because you show that you used accelerated depreciation and probably to the point where it's illegal. I mean, yes, it can be legal. And yes, there's things but you're taking advantage of loopholes, which, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure a lot of DAs would fucking, a lot of prosecutors and a lot of judges would and freaking FBI probably fucking agree with this, taking advantage of those loopholes to the point you do is illegal. And we all know you're not going to give up your business. You can't. So you being president and trying to run a business at the same damn fucking time? Fuck that shit. You better just fucking resign now. Just say I give in. Let Hillary take it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't even think Hillary's qualified to tell you the truth. Regardless of whether the email reports were fake news or not, she still made she still isn't trustworthy with holding that office. Now I may make another video, most likely will, in the near future. But if you don't like what I say, let's replay this video over and over until you hear exactly everything I say, because I'm preaching unity. I'm preaching love. I'm preaching to stop hate. Now, I agree with Martin Luther King Jr.'s peace, nonviolence, to achieve what needs to be done. But I also believe if someone's going to fight, I'm not just going to sit back and just take a beating. Do it nonviolently until you need to fight back. So I agree with both Martin Luther King Jr.'s path and Malcolm X's path. I also agree with, I agree with Mahatma Gandhi's path, which is similar, which Martin Luther King Jr. I'm trying to say Martin Luther King actually used. That's the reason why I shouldn't say that's the reason, but that's one of the people that inspired Martin Luther King Jr. to take the nonviolent road. There's plenty of reasons for everyone in the civil rights movement, early stages of the civil rights movement, to get violent, and he was the bigger man about it. And you say why, and you ask why I say early stages. Well, let's see. Here's why. As long as any form of discrimination is still around, the civil rights movement is never going to be over. Civil rights movement was supposed to abolish hate, and it hasn't got there yet. Yes, it's moving. It's moving, but it's still not there yet. And I want to help it get to that point. It was the point, which is everyone loving and accepting everyone for who they are, no matter what their skin color is, no matter what religious belief they follow, no matter what country they're originally from, no matter what fucking what their sexuality is, whether they have a disability or not. Accept who you are and accept those around you. You can not be afraid of change. Change is unavoidable. We are humans. We have the ability to adapt better than any animal can. We can adapt to any environment. And I understand human nature is to resist change, but you cannot survive by resisting change. Peace out. I'm signing out.